Hello everybody and welcome back to another review. Today we're going to look at the Williams Comfort Craftsman boots. I'm not going to go into the history of Williams as much as I did in my Gardener review because I think there's a lot of stuff out there already. And I'm just going to give my general thoughts on these boots rather than an in-depth review because there's lots of reviews on these boots on YouTube from the likes of Stridewise and Rose Anvil, for example. So I'm just going to give my general thoughts, my likes, anything I dislike, and whether I think these hold up to the Gardener boots, which are my favourite boots. So the Comfort Craftsman is Williams' most popular Chelsea boot, and it's possibly the most popular Chelsea boot in the world, definitely in Australia, and you see a lot of them in the UK as well. A lot of the Comfort Craftsman going around, or the Craftsman. It's got a nice chiseled toe, so it's quite a timeless design, and they're easy to spot, and they do stand out. Very nice. They're made from yearling leather, which is leather that's from a cow that's a year old, so they're nice and supple. There's minimal break-in time. You know, I got these as a graduation gift. On the morning of my graduation, I wore them about 2 miles, and my feet were okay. I had a little bit of rubbing on my toe by the end of the day, but that's just because they're quite a chiseled toe. But once they're broken in, they're nice and comfy because of that nice soft leather, and because they've got a comfort insole as well as the rubber sole as well. And they've only got one stitch right at the back, so it's a single piece of leather all the way around, which in theory should mean that it should have be less likely to fail, have less fail points. And that's a good thing about Williams, made in Australia, and you can get them sent back to Australia and have everything except the uppers replaced. So you can have the elastics, the tugs, the sole, the heel, everything replaced. Which means in theory you can have these boots for years and years and years, so long as you condition them and you polish them somewhat regularly. In terms of polishing and conditioning, I'd say I condition these once or twice. Once every couple of months, maybe once a month. I polish them probably once every three weeks or so, and you can get a nice shine on these if you polish them. For storing them and keeping them, I'd recommend shoe trees. I haven't got anything fancy, I've just got these sort of ones you get from the cobblers. But with these boots, I would say more than any other Williams boot that I've had, that shoe trees I would advise, just because of the fact that, because I don't know if it's because of the yearling leather or it is because of the style of the boot, but they are quite prone to creasing. I think it is just the leather, but just to maintain that shape and the style of the boot over time, keep some shoe trees in them. It'll help the leather dry. If it gets wet with your sweat, it'll help keep the shape of the boot overall. Just something to bear in mind. So I'll put some pictures up throughout this video of me trying on the boots, of me wearing the boots about, and some comparisons with my other boots, my other Williams boots. But in general, these boots, yeah, I'd say they're more of a dress boot, especially in the UK. You see a lot of people wearing them with chinos and barbers and that sort of thing. Although you can wear them, obviously, to do some light work. Although if you are going to do light work or a lot of walking in mud, I would recommend something more akin to the Gardener boot, which has got a lug sole on the bottom, a bit more hard wearing. But I do think the Comfort Craftsman is one of the best UK Chelsea boots, just because of its hard wearing nature, the fact you can get it replaced, and also this rubber sole is very good. Because I've had leather soled shoes before, but you're slipping and sliding all over the place, especially in the UK when it's wet. So I'd save a leather soled boot for special occasions or if it's particularly dry. I had a leather soled pair of boots from Williams. These are vintage Bushman boots, but I also had a rubber sole stuck onto the bottom of those, just because I found myself slipping and sliding all over the place, like I said. And these boots, they're ideal for the UK, just because you've got that rubber sole. When it's wet, it's raining a lot, but in other climates you might be more inclined towards a traditional leather sole. So overall, as I said, this wasn't supposed to be a very in-depth review, it's just my general thoughts, and my general thoughts are very positive for this boot. It is one of my favourites in my R.M. Williams collection. You know, I've not had my gardener boots for a while because I've been actually off in Australia getting a fault fixed with the shank, and I've actually been sent a brand new pair today. It's a nice brand new pair of gardeners, which is a little bit of a shame. I would have liked my old pair back, but R.M. Williams have replaced the boots. So in the meantime I have been wearing the Comfort Craftsman a lot more, and it is different. It is a lot different to the gardener. I mean, if you don't like Chelsea boots, you don't like boots, you might look at these boots and say, oh, they look very, very similar. But once you're wearing them, they do look quite a lot different. You really notice the chiseled toe. I noticed in pictures just how flat these look. But I have learned to enjoy them a lot more. I do wear them a lot. I sort of cycle them with my vintage Bushman boots at the moment. But now I've got my gardeners back, I'll obviously cycle those 3 boots. And there's something in the future I'm hoping to do, possibly a video comparing directly the Comfort Craftsman with the gardener boots, and possibly in the future doing a video on whether there's any quality difference between modern R.M. Williams and, I'd say, a semi-vintage pair, which is what these are. Yep, so generally very good feelings towards these boots. I'd recommend getting a pair. You can often get them in sales from like country websites and that sort of thing in the UK. I know R.M. Williams do sales in Australia quite often. If you follow the R.M. Williams appreciation group on Facebook, they often share sales when there's going to be sales, and it's nice to be part of a community of everyone who loves and appreciates these boots for what they are. I got these boots second hand actually my girlfriend got them second hand. I saw them on Depop. They'd only been worn a couple of times and they were around, I think she got them for £90, which is a bit of a steal since they sell for £375 at the moment in the UK. Are these boots overpriced? The price has risen quite a lot in the UK even in the last 5 years, I believe. I was behind the curve on that one. I've only liked these boots for a couple of years, only known about them for a couple of years. But they are expensive, but they're made in Australia by hand. I think there's 80 pairs of hands go into making each boot from top quality leather, a single piece of leather, and these boots will last you a very long time. You can get them repaired, you can get bits replaced. So you're spending a lot of money if you buy them new, but it's definitely, in the long run, I'd say it's worth it. And if you can get them in good condition second hand or on sale, it's probably a good way to go as well. Although I bought these boots, R.M. Williams boots, brand new. I bought them, they were semi-used, and as long as you know what you're looking for, you know, they've not been abused too much, they've been kept with shoe trees, that sort of thing, you know, you'll be fine. And I would just reiterate just how comfortable these boots actually are. You know, with that comfort insole and the bottom sole. And you can also get these boots in the Dynamic Flex Craftsman, which allows an orthotic inside the boot. It's got a bit more space. And these come in a G width, which is the classic width, the standard width. There's also an H, which is wide, and then there's the F, which is narrow. And I just went for the G because I've not been measured by R.M. Williams, but that's what I go for. I'd say in terms of sizing, I'd say they run about half a size up in UK. I got my trainer size, which is a 7, and I've got quite small feet. But I usually like wearing a little insole just for extra comfort, and so I can wear some bigger socks. But when I did go to R.M. Williams, I was trying on 6.5s there. So thank you for watching my little review. I know it's only short, but if you're interested in more of the history of R.M. Williams and a more in-depth look at a review of R.M. Williams, look at my gardener video. I appreciate I'm not very good at speaking on camera sometimes. I I sort of forget what to say halfway through. But if you want any more R.M. Williams videos, such as the ones I've mentioned before, yeah, feel free to give a like, subscribe, and any suggestions. So thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.